guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Trendmood Nabla Takeover box that I just purchased. We're trying the two new Cutie Palettes, the eyeliners, the lip plumper, and the body shimmer. If you're interested in seeing my overall thoughts, then just keep watching. Hey guys, so thank you so much for clicking on my video. I recently purchased the Trendmood Nabla Takeover box. Now, if you don't know about the Trendmood box, Trendmood is a makeup sneak peek account on Instagram where we find out about all the new launches that are coming up. And they started a second Instagram account which is called Trendmood Box, and with all of the new launches that are coming up, sometimes they will have takeover boxes with a bunch of new releases that you get to try for like a really reduced price. It's a very good deal. I've purchased two other takeover boxes with Trendmood. The first one was a Tatcha takeover box, which was amazing. I discovered a bunch of new products that I hadn't tried before that I love. And then the other one, the latest one that I purchased, was the Good Molecules one, and that one was also incredible, so they're always a really good value. This Nabla Cosmetics box was $44, and it has a ton of new, really good stuff. Nabla Cosmetics is the one that took over this Trendmood box, and I've tried some stuff from Nabla Cosmetics. The formulas are always really, really nice. It's a beauty brand from Milan, Italy, and I feel like I've heard a lot of people say like it doesn't get the hype that it deserves, or not a lot of people have really tried it. And so I'm assuming that that's why Nabla decided to partner up with Trendmood again. And I say again because they haven't had a takeover box per se, but I've seen other Nabla Cosmetics products in these Trendmood boxes. So today we're going to be looking at all of the goodies that came in. We have the two new Cutie Palettes. We have this bronzy, brown, goldy goodness here. And then we have a blue one, which I'm so excited about. This one is the first one that I tried, the more bronzy color story. And this one is in analog. I'll talk about it in just a second. It comes with 3 eyeliners. I'm loving these because I really like the chunkier eyeliners recently. I usually just go in with an eyeliner brush and just kind of smudge it out so that I get the shape that I want anyway. So I was very interested in these. We got a lip plumper. I have some thoughts on these, and I have before and after pictures of what this lip plumper does. And then we also got the the Nabla Body Glow Body Highlighter. It's very similar to the one that we saw by Fenty, and so I'll definitely do a demo, but I can tell you that it's really, really nice, very light shimmer, very classy, looking for daytime or nighttime. Now again, the Trendmood box was $44, and I'm gonna break it down to see so that you guys can see the value that you get with these boxes. So for instance, these Cutie Palettes are retailing on their site, and it's in euros, but it's about $27 for this palette. It's a 6-pan palette, so it's a little bit on the pricey side, but we'll talk about that a little bit. These eyeliners retail on their site for about $17.87. Again, euros to dollars conversion. And then the lip plumper is about $21. It's $18.90 euros. Or it's $18.90 euros. And then this body highlighter, being the most expensive of the group, this one retails for $29.90 euros, which is about $32. But it is a big full size. All of these products are full size products. Now, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I like a lot of colorful eyeshadow looks. I like a lot of luxury makeup for the rest of my face. We do some makeup and chill live streams here on my channel where sometimes we will invite other creators or other brands, and we just have a good time here. So definitely make sure and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Also, go follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That's where all the fun's at. I will list the Instagram Trendmood accounts as well as mine with my Twitter handle so that you guys can go check me out there. We just tag each other on looks, on new releases. We talk about makeup, all those things. So definitely go find me there. All right, let's go ahead and get started and break it down. Now let's talk about the analog palette. This is the palette that I'm wearing today. When I open this palette, for those of you that are not new to my channel, you already know I'm not normally drawn to browns or neutrals. It's not really my thing. Although lately, I don't know, I've been kind of dipping back into it now that I'm back in the office. This palette comes with 6 shades, and what I can tell you is that they swatch absolutely beautiful. They perform absolutely beautiful. But my first thought when I opened this palette, I was like, as soon as I started swatching, I was just blown away by the very first shade, which is Dark Room. It felt like those creamy matte to powder formulas that Natasha Denona has, like in her Metropolis palette. I mean, that's what it felt like. It felt like cream going on my swatch. I kept swatching, and the next shade was a shimmer, and that shimmer felt very similar to the Sydney Gray shimmers that are in this new Temptalia collab that just recently released. Also swatched very beautifully and performed exceptionally well on the eyes. The other two mattes were a little more dry, and I shouldn't say dry, but they just weren't as creamy as the first one. But again, swatched beautifully and worked perfectly on the eyes. And so what you see on my eyes today is the shade Contact Sheet all over the lid. It just went on so beautifully, so smooth, so silky. And then I did deepen out the outer V with the camera roll. And oh my gosh, that was such a beautiful burnt orange brown shade. It was just so gorgeous. Then in the middle, in the center of the lid, I went in with the shade Noise. This one is incredible, you guys. It's so, so beautiful. The next one that I went into to the first third of the lid was Overexposed. Now, I did have to spray this down because I saw that as I dipped my Sonia G brush in there, it did get a little flaky. It did kick up a little bit in flakes, but it's just a really rich, creamy shimmer formula. And once I applied it, you could see just how beautifully it applied on the lid. I mean, it is so foiled, so shimmery, but not glittery. It is the most beautiful formula. And then in the inner corner, I went in with the shade 35mm. And yeah, it brightened up my inner corner just fine, and I absolutely loved it. The bottom lash line, I have, again, the shade Noise. I didn't want anything too crazy. I'm going to work. It's really early in the morning right now as I'm getting ready. And so I knew that I didn't want like a smoky lower lash line. And this is the final look. Isn't it gorgeous, gorgeous? Now, I did go in with an eyeliner. The shade that I went in with was Cupid's Arrow. But as you can see here, these are the three swatches of the three eyeliners, and it's just so, so pretty. As I tried to rub it off my hand, it was a little resistant, so they don't come off easily. And it is a little bit of a thicker pencil, if you will. But if you go in, with the point straight into the lash line, it goes on just fine. I took an eyeliner brush after that and just smoothed it out at the end because of my hooded lids, and it worked just perfectly. And yeah, I am loving, loving, loving this look. Okay, next, let's talk about the lip plumper. Holy shit, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna put before and after. Now, I don't have the smallest lips. I don't have the biggest lips. I put this on because I wanted to try it, and then it says after several minutes, it will plump your lips. And so I was looking for two things. I wanted to wait about 3 or 4 minutes, and I was looking for the difference in the size or the plumpiness of my lips. And I also wanted to pay attention to how it made my lips feel, because a lot of these lip plumpers will just sting and itch, especially the ones with like peppermint and stuff, and it's just too much, or cinnamon, and you have to kind of go rub it off because it's too much. I will say I don't have sensitive skin type. Those things normally don't bother me. This one has ginger in it, and I don't know if it's the ginger part of it that I could tolerate a little bit better, but although it did have like a slight burn to it, it wasn't that tingling that the cinnamon gives me that really bothers me, and I'm starting to think that I'm allergic to cinnamon. But this is what my lips looked like before, and then this is what my lips looked like 4 minutes after. Now, this is what we look like here, and it's been about 10 minutes. The box does say that it provides a long-term plumping effect on your lips. So it's clear. I'm gonna let it just kind of chill and hang out for a bit here. It's still glossy and it's still all over my lips. After this, I'm gonna go back and now put my lipstick before I go into my meeting to see if I am able to keep that plump effect. And so I'll definitely insert a picture here so that you can see what it looked like a couple hours after I put my lipstick on. The next one that I want to talk about is the body highlighter. This is in the shade Sugar Babe. And again, it looks very, very similar to other body highlighters that we've seen, including Fenty. That's the one that comes to mind when I think of these body highlighters. I've never really used these because sometimes they feel a little oily. This one does not. So I'm going to definitely put this on my legs, and I'm going to show you just a quick little swatch on my hand so you can see what that looks like. So that's what it looks like there. And then you rub it into the skin, and this is what I love. Like, there is a slight shimmer, as you can see there, but nothing unprofessional to where you can't use it during the day. Little did I know that once you go out into the daylight and are in like restaurant style lighting, this is actually extremely, extremely shimmery. So I would reserve this for nighttime use only. But enough of a glow that you can totally wear this at night, like on the collarbone, you know, here in the décolleté area, if you're wearing off the shoulder clothing in your shoulders, just to kind of highlight and accentuate a little bit. I also do like this when I think about it, like something that I can set down and then go in with my powder body highlighter or any highlighter. You don't need a body highlighter. Any highlighter, and just kind of oomph it up, you know, like make it look just a little bit more glamorous. So I really, really like it. It's a very, very light formula. It's slightly shimmer, but it doesn't feel tacky or oily, and it does sink into the skin very quickly. So I'm really, really loving this. I've never had one of these. I think I had a sample of the Fenty one, and it just didn't convince me to want to buy it. But now that I have it in my Trendmood box, I definitely will use it this summer. I'm just really excited about it. It comes in a really like weighty glass bottle, and yeah, I just think it's perfectly packaged, and it definitely feels like it's worth the $31 or $32 for sure. Okay, and here is the palette in Cutie. I really, really like this. You know that after green eyeshadow, blue eyeshadow is totally my jam. I just love, love, love the way that it looks. I knew today that I wanted to create like a daytime look because I am going to work. So let me just quickly walk you through what I did. What I did is I started with my ABH eye primer. I've been using that a lot lately, really testing it. And then I went in with this shade here, Air. It felt a little chalky when I swatched it, and I wasn't too sure how it would perform, but I think it, on the eyes, it really did prepare the lid very nicely. And I think it gave it that airbrush look that we're seeing there on the eye. Then I went in with Marcel, just with my finger. It's a creamy shimmer, so I wanted to just place that on the inside, and I thought that that worked very, very nicely with my finger. If you don't like using your fingers, I do think that it's creamy enough that even if you used a packer brush, it would apply very, very nicely and very skin-like, so I really did like that. Then I deepened up the outer V with this one here, Blue Hour, which is the darkest of the palette, and I was a little scared, so I tapped it in the pan because it swatched so pigmented. And then I even kind of rubbed my brush a little bit on my microfiber towel a little bit, and then I started to go in, and I just wanted a really light look because, again, I'm going to work, so this is what I was going for. I think it turned out absolutely beautiful. Then, of course, I used the Marcel and Blue Hour on the lower lash line, and that worked out great. This is the one that I'm so excited about. My inner corner highlight, I went in with Alma, this white one here, but it has that blue, like, shimmer or sparkle throughout the white shade, and it's just so pretty. It's not exactly like the white shades that we see with indie brands, but it was so pretty. And look at that just like little pop that it gave. I mean, it's white, but it's blue, and it just, if you catch the light just the right way, I think it just came out so nicely. Again, I think this is another winner. I love this. The size of these, the color stories that we get, like very travel friendly. If you want to take a little bit of color, you want to take something neutral for work, these two, pop them in your travel bag, you're good to go. And oh my goodness, of course, I forgot to film my outro, but I think you guys can tell by now that I'm very happy with my Trendmood Nabla Takeover box. I think that it was an amazing value for everything I got. I was happy with all of the products that I received, and so I definitely recommend the Nabla formula to all of you if you haven't tried it. I have to agree, the hype is real. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Give this video a like, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!